Do you remember the first time you learned the sky was blue? Not the color, the agreement. Someone pointed up and said, blue. And your brain just went, alright, sure. Before that it wasn't blue, it was just the ceiling of the universe. A giant painting someone forgot to finish. Funny thing, the older you get, the more you look at everything, without actually seeing anything. So let's fix that for a moment. Look, this is a tree. Have you ever really looked at it? Not my eyeballs are functioning looked. I mean, looked. Like when you were 5 and thought trees were giant broccoli that tragically failed to be delicious. And this is a balloon, a colorful bag of your breath. We give them to kids like it's magic. But if you think about it for 2 seconds, it's basically saying, here Timmy, hold this floating piece of my lungs. Here's a cat, not yours. Cats never belong to anyone. They just rent humans with attitude. They stare at you like you've done something wrong. And honestly, you probably have. Now look at this elephant. They walk around like wise old librarians who misplaced the ending of their own book. And this one is a library. A cathedral of stories, stars, and architectural flexing. Yet somehow you walk out knowing less than when you walked in. Funny how that works. Then there's the amusement park. Colorful stress. Everyone smiling, everyone regretting. You pay money to let gravity bully you, while screaming like you're being chased by a giant inflatable duck. Meanwhile, the kids stay calm, because they don't understand death yet. And pigeons? Tiny businessmen late for a meeting with a breadcrumb. They don't fly unless it's absolutely necessary. That's the energy we want in our lives, right? But here's what happens. You grow up, and slowly, painfully, quietly, your world stops feeling like a playground. Everything becomes a list, a schedule, a spreadsheet of expectations. You take the same bus every day and somehow forget what the driver looks like. You see the same people, yet their faces blur into background noise. Congratulations, adulthood installs successfully. A shirt becomes personality once someone slaps a logo on it. A degree becomes a one-time ticket you may never even use. Your job becomes a way to buy things you wouldn't want if you had more time to build your own life. They say the harder you work, the more you get paid. But most of the more goes to the people who already had more. It's 2025. We built AI that can write novels, paint universes, and help you text your new girlfriend. But you still have to do your own laundry. But somewhere along the way, you stop hearing your inner child. Not because it's gone, but because everything is loud. Every second is measured, evaluated, compared, graded by people who barely know your name. Before all this, the world didn't need explanations. Clouds were whipped cream, trees were monsters, cities were playgrounds, and being alive didn't require a reason. Then adulthood barged in, didn't knock, and told you how to sit, how to behave, how to stop talking about foxes, because grown-ups have real problems. Sometimes you wonder, were we ever wanted? Maybe by our mothers, but society wants you only if you have a treasure in you. So you spend years digging inside caves you're terrified to enter. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Pretty cold. Nobody mentions that the cave is cold, the treasure is heavy, and you'll probably trip on the way out. But here's the strange thing. Some things are easier to see in the dark. Cities quiet down. Your thoughts whisper instead of scream. The sky becomes a messy library written by a lazy god who never finished school. Too much light is noise. Too much everything is noise. Less light, less noise, less madness helps you see more. Have you ever felt that? We chase perfection, but perfection is just living, failing, fearing, trying again, living again. And maybe one day we'll write a letter to our younger selves under a different name. Tell them about the places they'll go, the mistakes they'll make, the people they'll lose, and the strange, beautiful things they'll survive. But I wonder, will you ever find peace, or you want to continue looking at this face? Now I ask you, what color is the sky?